Hello everyone, this is Warhawk Beyond 2040, bringing to another edition of the Wrestling Discussion Series, and it has been announced and confirmed that WWE Hall of Famer, the legendary phenom, the dead man himself, The Undertaker, is set to appear for WWE Raw's 30th anniversary special. And when you think of Raw, obviously you think of guys like Stone Cold, Triple H, and The Rock, and even Kane and Mankind. But there's one guy who's always been there since the very beginning, and he's been through all of the changes from Monday Night's Raw to Raw is War to just Raw, you name it. The Undertaker has been there throughout everything. And The Undertaker competed on the first ever episode of Monday Night's Raw, which was 30 years ago, back in January 1993. So to have The Undertaker on the 30th anniversary special 30 years later just makes perfect sense, because Undertaker has played such a big role, not just in the success of the show, but the impact and the longevity of the brand as well. And, you know, think of all the big feuds and rivalries The Undertaker has had on Raw. Kane, DX, Stone Cold Steve Austin, The Rock, Bret Hart, to name a few. Think of all the big moments The Undertaker has had on Raw. Sacrificing Stone Cold to his symbol, leading the Ministry of Darkness, the Corporate Ministry. The less said about that, the better, but still, big moments nonetheless. And his match with Stone Cold Steve Austin on Raw back in '99 was the most watched segment in the history of the show. You know, there's so much big moments that The Undertaker has been part of. You know, he was part of that big moment when DX was officially formed, you know, with Shawn Michaels and Triple H. You know, you name it, there's so many big moments The Undertaker has been involved in. What about that classic ladder match with Jeff Hardy on Raw back in 2002? You know, that was a tremendous match. And you think about all of the main events that The Undertaker has competed in on the show, you know, whether he was facing Kane or teaming up with Kane or facing The Rock or facing Stone Cold. You know, Undertaker has been involved in all facets of Monday Night's Raw. And, you know, obviously when you think about Raw, you obviously think about Stone Cold Steve Austin and his rivalry with Vince McMahon, but Undertaker's definitely up there as well. You know, he's got to be included in that conversation because he's been part of the show for so long, and a big portion of Undertaker's long and legendary career was on Raw, not just SmackDown. That was the second and later part of his career, but for most of that first run in the 90s all the way up to 2002, you know, Undertaker was there on Raw, just doing his thing, you know, providing epic moments. And, you know, he's made like special appearances over the years, you know, 2006 and 7 and 8, you know, in like special one-off matches, you know, against Randy Orton and teaming up with John Cena. So, you know, Undertaker has never fully been away from Raw. He's always been part of it in some capacity. And to have him for the 30th anniversary is incredibly special, because this also marks another historical moment, because I believe this is the first time Undertaker has appeared on Raw, I'm going to say, in over 3 years. So that's a long time. The last time Undertaker was on Raw was back in 2020, before WrestleMania 36, where he faced off against AJ Styles, where he delivered a graveyard promo and he was pretty much in biker mode. So obviously that led to the Boneyard match with the Unholy Trinity of The Undertaker, with the Dead Man, the Biker, and the Real Man, Mark Calloway, fused together. So that was pretty much the last time we saw The Undertaker on Raw TV. Obviously, we saw him back in 2022 when he was inducted into the Hall of Fame. So he was there for WrestleMania. But as far as Raw, it's been over 3 years. So I'm looking forward to seeing The Undertaker, you know, whether it's a promo or a brawl. I'm just happy to see the Dead Man back, and it's going to be really epic. The only question is, will it be the Dead Man? Will it be himself as Mark Calloway? Or will we see the Unholy Trinity that we saw in his last match at WrestleMania? Who knows, really? You know, some people have said that, oh, this could lead to a match. I don't think so. I don't think we're going to see The Undertaker compete in the ring again. He's made that very clear. I know he said at the end of his Hall of Fame speech, never say never. So you never know with WWE. Things can happen, but I'm just happy to see The Undertaker. 30 years of Raw. You can't have 30 years of Raw without the Dead Man. I personally, as a fan, I would love to see him and Kane team up. Not for a match, just maybe chokeslam a couple of guys, beat some people up, interrupt someone and just sort of scare them away. I'd love to see The Undertaker and Kane together one last time, you know, because it's been so long since we've seen Kane and Undertaker together. So I definitely would like to see that. If not, maybe Undertaker interrupts someone and, you know, give him a little chokeslam on the way out. I'm not fussed, really. Either way, I'm looking forward to see the Dead Man. It's been a long time since we've seen him on Raw, and I can't wait to see what he's going to do when he shows up. So that's going to be it from me. I am going to wrap this up now. Are you excited to see The Undertaker on the 30th Raw anniversary special? What do you think he could do? Do you think he could team up with Kane? Do you think they might do something? Or do you think The Undertaker could just come out and cut a promo about the history of Raw? And what Undertaker do you think we'll see? Do you think we'll see the Dead Man again? Do you think we'll see what we saw at WrestleMania 36, the Unholy Trinity, Biker Undertaker? Or do you think he could just come out as himself, as Mark Calloway, out of character? You know what to do, guys. Hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, leave your thoughts and comments down below, and I will see all of you next time. So until then, take care, everybody, and stay safe. And once again, as always, much appreciated. Thanks for listening. And remember, Raw, get ready. The Dead Man is coming.